Level 1. Invisible nobody. There are 9 levels of attractiveness. At level 1, nobody hates you. That's the part people get wrong. They think the bottom is cruel. It's not. Cruelty would require someone to notice you first. You walk into rooms, and the room doesn't adjust, doesn't shift, doesn't register. You say something in a group conversation, and people just respond to the next person, like your sentence was a placeholder. A photographer at your cousin's graduation crops you out of a group photo. Not on purpose. The frame just didn't feel incomplete without you. That's level 1. You're not ugly. You're not anything. You're furniture that breathes. At a house party in Scottsdale, Marcus, your best friend since middle school, 6'2", jawline like it was carved with a protractor, eyes that make baristas forget drink orders, his date glances at you. First time she's looked your direction all night. She leans into him and says, "That's really nice of you." His friendship with you is charity, and she admires him for it. He puts his arm around your shoulder, says my guy. And that's worse than the insult, because it confirms what the whole room already decided: you don't belong here on your own merit. You lock the bathroom door. The fluorescent light does your face no favors. You stare at yourself and count to 11, because counting is the only thing you control. Between this bathroom and level 9, this face, the one the camera cropped out, the one the room forgot will cause a car accident, override a federal border officer, and make 2 billionaires sue each other over who gets to sit next to it at dinner. The question isn't whether it happens, it's what it costs. Level 2. Below average. The Jawline Me Pro arrives from Amazon in a package labeled Facial Fitness Device. Your roommate finds it on the counter and asks why you ordered a dog toy. You've been chewing it in the shower for 3 weeks. Your face looks the same but shinier. You also bought a 7-step skincare routine from The Ordinary 2 serums, a True Skin vitamin C that costs more than your car insurance, and a CeraVe moisturizer promising cellular renewal, like your face is a subscription service. You've upgraded from invisible to visible, but unfortunate. People see you now. That's not always better. You discover the looks-maxing corners of the internet forums, where men rate facial bone structure like livestock at auction. You learn the word canthal tilt. You learn mid-face ratio. You learn there are men who have measured, in millimeters, the distance between their pupils and their lip line and concluded that their life is over. You measure yours. 47th percentile. You don't know what that means, but it sounds like a C-, and you've never been more devastated by geometry. You buy a newer ring light off Amazon. Then a second one. You look acceptable in exactly one color temperature, and you will defend it with your life. Marcus posts a gym selfie, no filter, cracked phone, fluorescent lighting, and gets 300 likes in an hour. You spend 40 minutes editing a photo in Facetune, Snapseed, and VSCO, nudging the jaw and smoothing the skin until you look like a police sketch of yourself. You post it. Your mom likes it. Marcus drops a fire emoji. You know it's a mercy emoji. The worst part isn't the gap between his likes and yours. The worst part is that you screenshot his comment to prove someone attractive, acknowledged your existence publicly, catch yourself doing it, and close the phone like you touched something hot. A girl at work says you're like a brother to me. You weren't flirting. You were explaining a spreadsheet. She pre-rejected you during a conversation about quarterly revenue, but 6 months ago, she wouldn't have needed to clarify. You didn't register enough to require a boundary. The rejection is the progress. You've crossed the line from invisible to I should make sure he knows. You look in the bathroom mirror at work. Your jaw looks maybe 2% more defined. You can't tell if it's the exerciser, the stress clenching, or the lighting. You'll take it. You overhear 2 women at a Starbucks on Mill Avenue rating men through the window. One guy, he's cute. Another, no. You walk past on your way out. One says he's trying. The other nods. It's the most devastating and most honest assessment anyone has made. Because you are. You watched 4 hours of YouTube on progressive overload before touching a weight. You bought Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard that tastes like chalk mixed with ambition. Your first week, you could barely bench the bar. But you went back. You stopped trying to trick the mirror and started trying to change what it shows. Level 3. Average looking. 8 months at LA Fitness. You can bench 185. Your shoulders exist now not in a way anyone would mention, but in a way that shirts hang differently on the rack and you buy mediums without checking. You look good in exactly one photo from 2019 Golden Hour, elevated angle, 2 beers deep, Face slack enough to pass for relaxed. And that photo is doing more diplomatic work than the United Nations. It's your profile picture on every platform. People who meet you in person develop a very specific expression, like someone who ordered medium rare and got medium. Close. Edible. But they know. Girls say cute now, never hot. Never fine. Cute, the participation trophy of physical compliments. Cute means you're acceptable in a well-lit restaurant, but nobody's pointing you out at a bar. It means personality actually matters, which sounds like a win, until you realize it means your face isn't carrying any of the weight. You own 3 colognes, Versace Pour Homme for dates, Nautica Voyage for work, and a Bleu de Chanel you impulse bought because a guy at Nordstrom said it had panty-dropping notes, and you believed a man who smells like a department store for a living. None of them are the cheat code. You keep buying them. You wear a fitted suit to a friend's wedding at the Phoenician in Scottsdale, first one you've ever had tailored, and a woman double takes. Your entire nervous system doesn't know what to do with this information. You stand straighter without deciding to. A bridesmaid calls you handsome. Not cute. Handsome. You want to frame the word. On the drive home, you glance at the rearview mirror, tie loosened, jaw catching the streetlight, and for 30 seconds, you understand what it might feel like to be someone the world rearranges itself around. Not just noticed, something bigger. The kind of face that makes strangers' hands shake and immigration officers look the other way. 30 seconds. Then the light changes and you're a guy in a rental suit driving home alone, but you felt it. And you can't unfeel it. You match with a girl on Hinge. She's actually pretty. Banter is good for a week, voice notes, jokes that land, rhythm that makes you check your phone in meetings. You meet at a bar in Old Town. The recalculation behind her eyes happens in real time, like a loading screen she can't hide. You look different in person. The version of you in texts is a 7. The version under bar fluorescence is the guy she actually met. She doesn't text back. Marcus's birthday party. You wear the wedding suit. Nobody double takes the room is a casting call for people who've never had to try. You catch your reflection in the full-length mirror by the coat rack. Good is graded on a curve, and tonight the curve is a cliff. A girl says, "You look like you actually put effort in." And honestly, that's more attractive than half these guys. You can't tell if it's compliment or consolation. You've started taking creatine HCl from GNC. Level 4. Moderately attractive. The creatine HCl worked, or the gym worked. Or the 2 years of consistent effort worked the progressive overload, the macro tracking on MyFitnessPal, the protein weighed on a kitchen scale like evidence. Something crossed a threshold you can't identify, but the world can. The cashier at Trader Joe's made eye contact, real eye contact, the kind that slows a register transaction by half a second. She said, "Good choice. About your almond butter," and you spent 20 minutes in the shower analyzing whether she meant the almond butter or your forearms. You are 60% sure it was the almond butter. You will never be 100% sure about anything again. This is what moderate attractiveness does to your brain. Every neutral interaction becomes an investigation you can't close. Your aunt said, "You got handsome at Thanksgiving 11 months ago. You still think about it." Said like attractiveness is a weather event that happened overnight while you were sleeping. Your cousin added, "You really grew into your face. Like your skull was a house under renovation, and the contractors finally finished the drywall. You've been going 6 days a week. You have opinions about whey isolate versus concentrate, digestion windows, leucine thresholds. Your friends think you've joined a cult. You have. The meetings are at 6 a.m. at the squat rack, and the sacrament is Thorne creatine monohydrate. Your ex starts watching every Instagram story. 3. She broke up with you 14 months ago with, "I just think we're better as friends." A diplomatic way of saying, "Don't call me." You post a shirtless gym pic. 47 takes to achieve not trying too hard. She screenshots it. The verdict, relayed through 3 layers of social telephone. He got hot? What the fuck? Your brain releases a chemical scientists haven't named yet, the specific dopamine of being reevaluated by someone who already made their decision. The mirror is on your side now. No ring lights, no angles. You go to a bar with Marcus. A girl walks up and talks to both of you. Not just Marcus, both. She asks what you do. She asks what you do. Marcus notices. An expression crosses his face you've never seen, not jealousy. Something like recalibration. Like the math he's been running about your friendship, changed by a variable he didn't account for. On the way home, your reflection catches in a car window. No ring light, no golden hour angle, just your face under a street lamp. You look good. Not Marcus good. But the comparison isn't a punchline anymore. It's a staircase, and you can see the next step. Level 5. Attractive. The dermatologist visit led to a SkinCeuticals retinol routine that led to a chemical peel that led to skin that catches light differently. 3 years of progressive overload sharpened a jawline that didn't exist in your college ID. You crossed a line. There was no notification. No one pulled you aside and said, "Congratulations, you're attractive now." The evidence just accumulated. Bartenders remember your name and order not because you're a regular, because your face is easy to remember. You get served first without asking. The world has a fast lane, and you didn't know it existed because you'd never been in it. Your manager schedules a one-on-one about professional development needs, leans forward, laughs at things you say that aren't jokes, asks about your weekend with follow-ups. Kyle has worked in the department 4 years, weighs 240, wears cargo shorts on casual Friday. Kyle has never had this meeting. Kyle's annual review was conducted via email. Must be nice, your coworker says. Lottery ticket energy, the voice of a man watching someone scratch off a winner. A woman at a rooftop bar in Tempe approaches you, asks about your watch. It's a Casio from Target, $34 while her fingers rest on your wrist like the watch is a formality. You start a sentence. She laughs before you finish. She's already decided, and your words are a courtesy. You've never finished a pickup line because you've never needed to reach the end of one. 4 months on a dating app at level 1. 3 matches, 1 bought. A woman is now laughing at your unfinished sentence over a Target watch. The distance between who you were and who you are is measured in years of effort nobody in this bar will ever see or ask about. Old friends start making comments. Must be nice. Mr. Hollywood. Delivered as humor, but the teeth are real. You lost 30 pounds and gained a jawline, and your oldest friend group treats you like an undercover cop. You can't talk about it because complaining about being attractive is the one complaint with zero sympathy on earth. You check the mirror before going out now, not anxiously, not with ring lights, just a glance. The mirror is an ally. You trust it. It trusts you back. Marcus visits from LA. Someone at Sky Harbor asks to take your photo, thinks you're someone. At dinner, he says it. You look good, man. Like, actually good. Genuine. But a flicker crosses his face, awareness that the equation has changed and won't go back. He orders for both of you. Old habit. You let him. But you both know you don't need him to anymore. The distance between where you are and where you could be is no longer a canyon. It's a staircase. And you can see the top. Level 6. Very attractive. You walk into a job interview for a position you're not qualified for. You know this. The interviewer knows this. Your resume makes it aggressively clear. She hires you. Your qualifications are mentioned once in the second minute. The remaining 48 minutes are eye contact, forward-leaning, and the phrase cultural fit used 3 times without definition. Your coworker master's degree, 7 years, asks HR what criteria they used. Holistic assessment. You don't know what your job title means yet. Strangers hold doors from 30 feet away and stand there smiling like they've accomplished something civic. Your Uber Black driver asks if you model, gives 5 stars, and a compliment in the rider notes. The dry cleaner expedites your order without being asked. The gym guy spots every set, including exercises that don't require spotting. The world has decided to be your unpaid intern, and you don't know how to file a complaint because the service is, objectively, excellent. You test something at a dinner party. Say the pasta is good. 4 people laugh. Real laughter. You push it, deliberately unfunny weather observation. 2 chuckles. Something genuinely stupid about parking. A woman puts her hand on your arm while she laughs. You're running a controlled experiment on your own face, and the results are disturbing. Your face is a laugh track. Your words are subtitles. The humor isn't coming from you. It's coming from what people feel when they look at you, and what they feel is generous. You're dating someone now, a girl who met you at this level, and has no idea what the previous ones looked like. She gets angry. Not for something you did, something you didn't. You don't even try. You showed up in a wrinkled tee and old sneakers, and still look better than level 2 with 7 products and 2 ring lights. Your lack of effort is an insult to her effort. She spent an hour. You spent 4 minutes, including brushing your teeth. Not trying is the flex, and the people around you resent it because it confirms what they've always suspected: the game was never fair. The mirror is redundant now. Other people's faces have become the mirror, their reactions, their leaning in, their pupils. You don't need glass anymore. You have witnesses. A charity gala at the Ritz-Carlton. You're invited because your face photographs well for the brochure. A man in a Brunello Cucinelli suit offers a modeling contract. Not a compliment, a contract. A number with enough zeros that you stop chewing your appetizer. You look across the room and catch your reflection in floor-to-ceiling windows, the city behind you, the borrowed Tom Ford, the face that spent 25 years being invisible and is now being offered money to exist. For 30 seconds you understand something you've been circling since level 1, that the distance between where you started and where you could end up isn't measured in effort. It's measured in what the world decides you're worth before you open your mouth. You take the card. Level 7. Conventionally hot. You took the modeling contract. Not because you wanted to model, because the money was stupid and the work was standing still while someone adjusted lights. You'd been doing that in your bedroom since level 2. Now someone pays you for it. The photos go online. Your Instagram follower count goes from 800 to 14,000 in a week. Your grandmother died 2 months ago, and the memorial post got 47 likes. Your gym selfie gets 2,300. The algorithm doesn't care about your grandmother. The algorithm cares about your bone structure. And your bone structure is performing. Jake, a friend since freshman year. The guy who spotted you at the gym when you could barely bench the bar, his girlfriend starts liking your posts. Then commenting. Then DMing about a birthday gift idea that requires 3 follow-up conversations and a voice note where she's clearly not wearing a lot of clothes based on the acoustics. You show Jake. Jake blames you. You could have just not posted that shirtless pic. You posted a photo of yourself at a beach, with your shirt off, at a beach. Jake's logic is that your body is a provocation and your existence near his relationship is negligence. The friend group splits. 3 side with Jake, 2 side with you. 1 says, I'm not getting involved, which means she's DMing you next. Waitresses write their number on the receipt now. It happened last Tuesday. And the barista on Thursday. And the woman at Barnes & Noble who bought you a copy of Norwegian Wood with her number inside the front cover like a literary DM. The distance between level 1 4 months, 3 matches, 1 bot, and unsolicited contact information from women performing professional duties is 6 years of effort. And a genetic lottery ticket with a delayed payout. Your manager speaks slowly, explains things twice, CCs you on emails with important parts bolded. You have an ASU finance degree. You read nonfiction for fun. A woman you're dating says, "You read?" with genuine shock, like you just told her you photosynthesize. You traded one invisibility for another, ignored for your face, versus reduced to it. A friend of a friend shows you something. A girl in another city has your modeling photo as her lock screen. A stranger, she's never met you. You exist in her pocket, on her nightstand, in her hand every time she checks the time. You lie in bed that night. The mirror is across the room. You don't look. What it shows is accurate. What it doesn't show is the version of you people are building in their heads. No voice, no flaws, no 3 a.m. jawline exerciser, no 400 failed selfies. They've made you into a photograph. You're starting to wonder if the photograph is replacing the person. 1 city, 1 phone, 1 stranger's lock screen. You can already feel it spreading. Level 8. Model level beautiful. The agency moved you from catalog to editorial. Editorial led to a Dior Sauvage campaign. The campaign went on a billboard on Broadway and 47th. You flew to New York to see it, a 40-foot version of your face, selling a fragrance you've never worn. A tourist took a photo of the billboard, turned around, and saw you. She started shaking. Not a cute stutter, a mechanical failure of speech. You said, "Hi." She couldn't answer. You've made a stranger's body malfunction by saying a single syllable. You cause collateral damage now. You crossed a street in Miami, and a man rear-ended the car in front of him because he was looking at you. He seemed angry, like your face was a traffic hazard requiring a permit. Your dentist, 2 decades of clinical experience, fumbles instruments in your chair. Dropped a mirror into your mouth last Tuesday. You're affecting the motor function of medical professionals with your mandible. The escalation has crossed from social disruption to property damage to malpractice, and you're just walking around with a face. The Hinge girl, the one who said, "You look different in person," and never texted back, processed her regret publicly. She's a part-time singer-songwriter now. Song called Golden Hour Boy. 400,000 Spotify streams. I held a sunset and opened my hands. You are the sunset. You the guy who Googled mewing tutorial at 3 a.m. and whose dating profile got reported as suspicious. She wrote a myth. The myth has 400,000 streams. She doesn't know about the ring lights, or the jawline exerciser, or the 11 seconds. She's mourning a version of you that never existed. The gap between the myth and the man is the loneliness of this level. You fly internationally. Passport expired 3 months ago. The immigration officer at JFK opens it, looks at the photo, looks at you, pauses, stamps it. A federal employee of a sovereign nation looked at your face and decided border security is flexible. Marcus calls. He saw the billboard. His voice is different, something quieter. I always knew you had it in you. A lie, and you both know it. He invites you to dinner. Same booth from his birthday party 8 years ago, the one where he put his arm around you, and a girl called his tolerance a compliment. You say yes. That night, you stop in the bathroom. The mirror. You count to 11. Not because you need to, because you want to remember that you still can. The counting used to be survival. Now it's remembrance. Level 9. Blessed icon. You went to dinner with Marcus. Same booth. The hostess seated you immediately. You didn't have a reservation. She moved a couple who did. Marcus watched this happen. A woman approached the table, ignored Marcus entirely, and asked for a photo with you. Marcus smiled. It was the smile from the party, the one you used to wear, the one that says, I'm fine with this. He picked up his menu. So that's what that feels like. 8 years in 7 words. A plastic surgeon in Seoul has your photo pinned under goal. A woman in Sao Paulo has your face tattooed on her forearm, not your name, your face. A Saudi prince and a Greek shipping heir got into a legal dispute over which of them you'd agreed to attend a New Year's party with. You'd agreed to neither. You were home watching a documentary about anglerfish. While billionaires litigated your social calendar, you were learning about bioluminescent predators. You found this relatable. A cafe on Via Monte Napoleone in Milan. You sneeze. A woman says, even that was attractive involuntarily, like a reflex she didn't authorize. Your biological functions are now aesthetically evaluated. You haven't paid for a meal in 3 years. Not a flex, a logistical reality. You've started to forget that food costs money. At level 1, you were cropped out of a group photo. Now restaurants put your photo on their Instagram to prove you were there. The cropping has reversed. You are the frame. Marcus's birthday party. The same one from level 3, where you walked in wearing a suit and nobody looked twice. This year you walk in, and the room reconfigures. Conversations pause. Someone spills a drink. Marcus laughs the laugh of a man who has watched the most absurd reversal in the history of their friendship and decided to find it funny. He leans over. Remember when that girl at my party said it was nice of me to bring you? You remember. The arm. The charity. The 11 seconds. I think she's here tonight. She is. She's standing by the bar. She sees you. She doesn't recognize your face. Why would she? But she does the thing. Adjusts her hair. Straightens her dress. The exact self-conscious recalibration you used to perform every time you walked into a room Marcus was already in. Marcus watches. Leans over. She just did the thing. You clink glasses. The mirror behind the bar catches your reflection. You don't count to 11. Nothing left to prove. You leave the party late. A kid maybe 19 is standing across the street. Oversized H&M graphic tee that doesn't fit right. Hair wrong in a way he doesn't know yet. He sees you walk out and stares. Not at a celebrity, at a possibility. You recognize the look because you invented it. He doesn't know about the Jawline Me Pro, or the newer ring lights, or the 400 failed selfies, or the 11 seconds. He sees the result. He doesn't know the cost. He takes out his phone, opens TikTok, searches mewing tutorial. He's going to do all of it. Every humiliating, desperate, obsessive, beautiful step. You walk to your car. The mirror catches your face. You don't count. Behind you, the kid is still standing there, counting to 11. If this stayed with you, give a like and comment below where you are watching from. Subscribe for more.